So I'm going to do something a little bit different with this gig vlog. We have got 3 gigs this weekend because it's the Platinum Jubilee. If you're not from the UK, you might not be aware, but this weekend we are celebrating 70 years of the Queen being on the throne. An amazing achievement, and to celebrate that we've got a long weekend with bank holiday, and because we're doing 3 separate gigs this weekend, I figured I'd just put them all into one vlog instead of doing 3 different vlogs. So today is Friday and tonight is the first gig in Oldham. Another duo gig, self-contained. It should be a fairly straightforward show. Also, because it's in Oldham, that means we don't have to leave too early, so that gives me a few hours here in the studio to try and get an edit finished. On the way to gig number 1 of the 3 that we've got this weekend. First gig of the weekend, second gig of the week. We might be in for quite a good one actually tonight because it is bank holiday and it's been really good weather, so everyone's been out drinking all day. So we might get quite a good crowd in.
We might get a really, really terrible crowd.
Just have to wait and see. We are set up, very small stage, but I think we've just about made it work. The only problem with these small stages is you end up being really close to the PA, so trying to get a good sound from the mics without feeding back is really hard, and they tend to be hollow stages, so you get loads of bass frequency on stage and nothing else. But it just about works. We'll try not to bash into each other on stage.
Better not to.
Not a particularly big room. Hopefully it fills up a bit because it's pretty quiet at the moment, but we've got a good while till we're on stage yet, a good few hours. So we're just going to kill some time backstage. We are done. We are on the road, packed and done. We had to be out super quick. They wanted us packed and out of the room like straight away. But we got chatting to people that were in there Not a bad gig, pretty full room. I had quite a few technical difficulties, so I found it quite challenging on stage, but persevered with it and got through it. People seem to enjoy it. Only half hour to get home tonight, so that's a bonus. So we'll get in, unload the gear, another gig tomorrow, and another gig Sunday. Day 2, today is Saturday and it's the second gig of the weekend. Last night's gig was a little bit challenging for me. Do you ever have one of those gigs where you just don't feel like you're playing very well and you don't feel like you can get hold of the gig? Well, I had one of them last night. And to make it worse, I had a couple of technical problems, which then led to me messing up the intro to one of our songs. And I struggle with imposter syndrome anyway, so when things like that happen on stage, it sends me into a bit of a downward spiral. And I just tend to think that I'm the worst guitar player in the world. So much so that sometimes when I come off stage, I'm just like, what am I doing this for, you know? But I've watched some of the footage from last night back, and it obviously wasn't as bad as what I'd made it out to be in my head. I just thought it'd be good to talk about and to kind of reinforce it to me that it's okay to make mistakes. You know, we're human beings on stage, we're not robots. We're not gonna play everything 100% right 100% of the time, and that's okay. I don't think that's what people are wanting to see anyway. They want to see a person up on stage. I just really need to work on not holding myself to such ridiculously unattainable high standards. Try and give myself a bit of a break and realise that mistakes are just part of playing music live. Anyway, tonight's gig is just down in Barnsley. I think it's in Barnsley. So I've got a spare few hours, so I've just come down to the studio to get a few bits and pieces finished off, and then it'll be time to head off to the gig. On the way to gig number 2 of the weekend, third so far this week, in Barnsley tonight, so less than an hour to get there. Another self-contained gig, so it should be a piece of cake. Kay reckons she's done the venue before, so shouldn't be any crazy surprises today.
You've done it as well, but you've just blocked it out in your mind.
That doesn't bode too well, does it? Set up and sound checked. Pretty big stage tonight. It's a newly refurbished venue, so it's pretty good. Don't think it sounds too bad. There's already quite a lot of people in here, so we sound checked with a bit of volume, but it's still probably going to have to go up quite a bit once we get started. Backstage, but I don't think I can tolerate sitting back here. They've got the heating on full blast in this room, and it's about 100 degrees, so I think we're going to go and chill in the venue for a little bit. Be on stage in about an hour and a half. An hour.
Don't know what time it is.
First set done. This has got to be the hottest venue we've ever played in.
What, even Miami?
Yeah.
Even the Bahamas?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
It's so warm.
Even Rhodes?
Okay, maybe not. Maybe the hottest UK one. But they're good. Full room. There's only standing room. There's a bunch of people stood at the back. We're pushing the system, I think. I don't think we've got much headroom left. But it's good. So one down, one to go. I think we've got about, what, half an hour?
I don't actually know.
1:30. Oh no.
Oh no, an hour and 15
An
minutes.
hour and 15 until we're back on.
A lot of bingo.
Might nip outside and cool down. Gig number 3 today. It is at a local pub down in Brighouse, so that's pretty easy for us to get to, probably about 15 minutes. I don't think I'm going to be taking this big camera because I think it's quite a small pub, so I don't want to be worried about this camera on top of all the other gear. Just come down to the studio really quickly before I have to go and get set off for the gig. Last night's gig was good. They were a kind of difficult audience though, they weren't really too responsive to anything that we did. But good stage, good setup, quite enjoyed it. Do it all again this afternoon.